DZRJ 810 AM, the voice of the Philippines proudly brings you Equal Justice. Find out the hottest legal issues of the week and hear the analysis. And now, here are your hosts, Attorney Ador Tolentino.
Yes to peace, no to BBS. Facebook. Okay, if you want to follow.
Attorney June Kicho.
Kailangan comfort level eh.
Exactly.
And Attorney Tiki Tabuhara.
Vice President Binay, pati si Pinoy, pati si Executive Secretary. Chief.
Hi, we're back, and of course, this is still Attorney Ador Tolentino. With me, of course, is
Attorney June Kicho.
my co-host,
Yes.
Attorney June Kicho. Attorney Tiki just texted us, and okay lang, partner. Just finish what we need to finish, and we'll just cover you here. Next week na lang tayo.
Yeah.
At this point, I'd like to introduce our studio guest. Okay, she's a very beautiful lady,
And she's flowing, very flowing.
She's my friend in Rotary,
Flowing
and
like a river.
she's here to join us in our discussion on a very important issue, not only to lawyers,
Yeah, but to everybody.
but to everybody.
Because we cannot live without it.
Yes. This is about a natural resource.
Mm.
Okay, and we are talking about water, the importance of water and its significance to everyone's life. And I'd like to introduce, of course, past president of the Rotary Club of Parañaque Metro, and she's no other than past president Helen Mogan. Good afternoon, past president Helen. Pipi Helen.
Hello, good afternoon, Attorney Ador and Attorney
June.
June. Yes, I'm glad to be here. Water daw yung pag-uusapan.
Yes, about water. Okay. Question ko lang, of course, is this. Of course. How are you, or how did you get involved in water concerns? It seems to be like part of your advocacy.
Unang-una yung mga ninuno ko, sila yung mga water diggers sa probinsya namin.
Sa La Union.
Sila yung mga inhinyero, sila yung nagpalabas ng tubig sa lupa. And my father was the first person to put up a water parang company in Tubao, La Union.
Yes.
And from there, parang na-fascinate ako. Wow, water lumalabas. Tapos pag nagbubomba ka, wow, ang ganda ng water.
Right.
Nafa-fascinate ako dun sa yung idea na pag nagbomba ka, may water na
lumalabas.
lumalabas and it sustains life.
Yeah,
That's
So
true.
parang pag may water kasi, pwede kang kumain, maligo, lahat pwede mong gawin. Pag wala yun, malungkot ang buhay.
Right.
Tsaka may ikli lang buhay. Pag wala.
Yes.
And especially we know that our body is composed of 70%
70%
water.
Pero mo naman,
We have to keep replenishing our water content.
Yes, you need that to live,
Exactly.
to exist, to survive.
Oo.
And you need water to be clean.
Right.
So once to be dirty. Diba?
Kung hindi ka uminom ng tubig in 7 or 8 days, mamamatay ka.
Yes.
Mas mahaba pa yung buhay mo pag hindi ka kumain.
Yes.
Mga 3 weeks, buhay ka pa. 21 days. But
But water really.
try not drinking water in 7 or 8 days and you will be 6 feet under the ground. Mamamatay
Because you
ka.
get dehydrated, right?
Yes, and your heart will not pump, your blood will
Your
not
brain
circulate.
will also.
Yes.
Your brain will be fried.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
hindi magpa-function lahat.
Yes.
And every cell inside the body needs
Yes.
water.
Right.
Ano ba ako, I think I drink 12 glasses of water every day and I still feel dehydrated.
Really, huh?
Yes.
Depende kasi yan kung ano yung laki ng katawan mo.
Dapat pala ako.
So, pag malaki ka, mas maraming water. No, and the weather also.
Me, I just need 8 glasses of water.
Okay.
Na siguro, no?
Okay.
Ako, 11 to 12 kasi diabetic ako. Pag may sakit ka, mas maraming water yung kailangan mong inumin kasi lagi kang na-dehydrated.
Right.
And you should know.
So I must be sick.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I'm not saying that.
Pero, I notice, of course, and this is everybody's experience, that if you keep on drinking water, ikita mo clear din yung ano, yung urine mo, di ba?
Yes.
Samantalang if you try not to drink water and then siyempre, the interval of your discharge din sa urine is like matagal din.
Nagiging yellow.
Pagdating ng ano, after 4 hours na wala kang ihi, ano na yun nagiging yellowish na.
I wee every hour.
Every hour sa'yo.
Ibig sabihin, thirsty ka na nun. When you feel thirsty, kailangan mo ng tubig mga 2 to 3 hours before you became thirsty. So pag thirsty ka na, meron ka ng condition.
Grabe, no? Ang daming alam di, ano? Ang daming alam di. Because I understand her PhD, her dissertation in her
Yes,
PhD.
it's about management of water and through the cooperative way.
Yes.
So I devoted like 5 years. First it was tourism using water, and then nag-finalize ako. It's the management of water. So very supportive naman yung may-ari ng school kung saan ako nag-graduate, si Dr. Santos. And I was the first one who was able to produce the dissertation on water. And then after me, may dalawa akong in-advise for water. So parang lumago yung study na yun.
Yung body of knowledge.
Okay.
Yes.
Given your, I'm sure that you deeply research on water concerns in the Philippines. Okay. Let me ask this, right? The Philippines is an archipelago, right?
Yes.
And supposedly we are surrounded by water. Of course,
Yes.
it's seawater, no? But since we are an archipelago, obviously, supposedly we have rich sources of water inland.
Yes.
Are we still okay when it comes to water source? The Philippines.
Fresh water supply.
Yes, fresh water supply.
Technically, when it rains, you have a lot of runoff. And that runoff, the rain that precipitates more than enough.
Yes.
Millions of cubic meters that fall on our shores and in our mountains. The problem
To the
is
point
that
na
runoff.
di ba?
Yeah, it goes back to the sea
That's
or
why
to
they
the
open
oceans.
some of the dams pag medyo mataas na yung level na
Yes.
na-inundate na yung mga nasa lower area.
The problem is that our forests, we have estimated 80% denudation. So, denuded na yung forest.
So we only have 20%
Something like
compared
that.
to say the early 1900s.
Yeah, and if you don't have forests or the trees to drink up the water, kasi yung water dinidrink up niya
Yung roots.
yung trees, and then dinidrink up niya, para siyang sponge. Kinakain niya yung water, pupunta doon sa roots, pupunta doon sa aquifers.
Yes.
Aquifers are the depositaries of water. Groundwater, pupunta sila sa lake, pupunta sila sa mga canals, etc.
Kaya we dig deep into the soil kasi gusto nating matamaan yung
kung may aquifer.
Kung
may mga aquifer. But we must remember that the basis of all water planning for domestic water are the rivers.
Yes.
Tingnan mo nangyayari sa Pasig River, Marikina River, and Laguna
Parañaque River.
Parañaque River. These were not used as wastewater, depositaries or yung pinagbabasurahan. Sino ba nagsabi sa atin na magbasura tayo sa mga river?
Oo nga. Hindi
Tayo lang naman.
It's a probinsya.
Gawa ng tao yan.
No, nasa probinsya, Helen, you're also from the province. Walang ganung mindset kasi mga
Wala
probinsyano We don't throw our waste into the river.
Yes, so
We dig deep. Meron tayong compost pit. Ganun ang ginagawa natin sa probinsya.
Ganun ang ginagawa hanggang ngayon. But the government, nagpatayo ako ng bahay ko sa Ago, sabi, ma'am, yung wastewater nyo, ilagay nyo sa irigasyon. Sabi ko, ha? Bakit gano'n? I-connect ko daw yung aking tapunan ng water sa irigasyon.
Yung sewerage mo.
Sabi ko, excuse me?
Yeah.
Sino nagsabi niyan? Meron naman tayong clean water. Marami naman tayong batas na environment. Alam niyo yan, di ba? So, hindi tayo nauubusan ng batas na protektahan yung tubig natin.
Kasi
it's difficult enough that we have bad rivers. We also allow people to defecate in our rivers.
Exactly.
We allow them to live there and stay there. And anong nangyayari? Lahat, septic tank and all, basura, lahat ng mga inihian nila nandun sa Pasig River.
Well, Pasig River, because of this Pasig rehabilitation program. That's really, I think it's gaining. Kasi I think, because there are already fishes that grow in that area. However, alam mo, ang kailangan mo talagang tanggalin dyan, all factory or manufacturing plants, if they are still operating, they should be really, stopped, and they should be demolished, and because they always, it's a natural thing for all these plants along the Pasig River to just let all their waste ooze into the Pasig River. Ganun naman ang nangyayari noon. I think kaya tinatanggal na yata yung mga plants yan. Kaya I don't know what happened to this oil depot in Pandacan. That should also
they're
go.
transferring it.
That should also go, because that is also one of the major contributory.
I think that was one of my cases. One of my cases, say I'm lawyer. Yung depot na yan. Tagal-tagal patanggal yung kaso na yan. But there are a lot of, especially in the Manila area, ang problema lang kasi dyan is that there are a lot of people who are dependent on this for their livelihoods.
Yeah.
So talagang you really have to face it. Change management is really necessary to be able to effect that.
Right.
But we all recognize, I think, that these are that you really have to take these pollutants away.
Yeah,
and of course, we also have to remember that the biggest pollutants, the biggest portion of the pollution remains to be domestic.
People.
Yeah, it's solid waste coming
People
from people, from
Yeah.
houses, from companies,
Right.
yung mga lead pollution from manufacturers.
In
Nakadiretso sila walang
Yes.
nagmo-monitor.
In particular, I'd like to point out, if you pass through that Aurora Boulevard coming down the flyover, if you're traversing EDSA, you go to the airport, domestic airport, there's this flyover that goes down to Tramo or the Aurora Boulevard. Alright?
Ang dumi.
Yes, yeah.
my
If you
God.
notice that, there is a river there.
Yeah.
And on both sides of the river, meron yan mga bahay na. Tapos talagang I've seen it because I walked into the alley, both sides.
Yes.
Yun na yung doon na ang bahay nila, doon na rin yung kanilang toilet, paliguan, doon na rin ang basura nila.
Incidentally, there's a law on that.
Yeah, but
Yes.
underneath
Bawal
underneath the water does not even move.
Yeah.
It just creates little bubbles.
Nawa ko sa mga
And
bata because they're going to be sick.
Yeah.
They're going to be sick.
Exactly.
Nobody
Well-
knows about
Yes.
RA 9003.
Yes.
Bawal magtapon ng basura sa open pits or sa waterways, but nobody's educating them. Even
But the thing
then,
here is, enforcement is not good.
yes.
Kasi
Even
if you
they
never
know,
enforce that, the law will never become, the preventive measure that it is intended to be.
pero paano yung,
Dapat si Kapitan nang huhuli. Citizens arrest din.
huwag na natin tingnan si Kapitan, konsensya.
Tayo. Exactly.
Nakatira tayo sa isang magandang lugar, tapos lahat ng septic tank natin, paano rin natin doon. Anong konsensya meron tayo? Saan tayo nanggagaling? Ano ang edukasyon natin?
Right.
Kahit hindi ka naman nag-grade 1, alam mo naman masama paano
These are
yung
basic,
doon, di ba?
basic values
Oo,
actually.
konsensya.
Malinis, dapat maging malinis ka. Huwag ka maging problema ng tumulong ka sa iyong
Yes.
community. These are basic human values.
So isa lang yan sa problema sa water. So marami tayong water, we cannot keep it. Marami kung gusto natin, marami tayong dams, marami tayong lakes, but especially here in
But we
Manila.
we cannot harvest this water.
No, we can. Like the two big companies are doing their jobs
Yeah,
well.
yes.
Supplying up to 94% of water needs in the whole of Metro Manila, no? And of course, the water districts in different
Cities,
areas
major
all over the
cities.
Philippines are responsible also
Yeah.
of supplying water, piped water.
Yeah.
So, medyo umangat na tayo. And we are one of the champions in Southeast Asia. Pagdating sa tubig and pagdating sa paglilinis ng mga mga patungkol sa tubig. The other
What
problem,
other problems are we facing right now?
we are facing actually yung pollution. Kasi pag pupunta ka sa Manila Bay, tignan mo yung tubig. Di ba sa Manila Yacht Club ang baho?
Yes, yes. It smells...
Masyadong maraming
stench na siya, hindi
may
smell.
talagang mas malaking problema yun. And we need the political will not only of the president, not only of government units, but tayo talaga, individuals. Individuals. Kailangan natin ng malawak na advokasya, and this is part of the WASH.
Yes.
We will have educational advocacy.
WASH.
Yes, on WASH.
It's
water and sanitation,
and hygiene.
WASH.
Oo. Ang focus nito sa schools kasi ang sinasabi ng UN is that 1/3 of all schools all over the world does not have access to clean water and sanitation. And in the Philippines, very sad kasi dun sa ARM region, ang ratio ng toilet is 1:200.
Wow.
Okay. Ang normal na ratio ay dapat recommended ng UN, WHO is 1:20.
Which is the right size of one classroom dapat. So, it should be good that there is a bathroom, toilet for each classroom.
Yes.
Ang mahirap pa, walang toilet, wala rin panghugas ng kamay.
That's true.
So, 1/3 of all those schools do not have the facilities. And pag nagkaroon na sila, parang pinabayaan na, hindi naman na-maintain. So, parang balik ulit sa dati. So, there is a recurring problem.
I think in the Philippines, statistics say that there are about 7,000 public schools all over the Philippines that have no access to clean water.
That's bad.
Yes, in
Ganun
fact,
kadami.
yes, ganun
Magpapatayo ka ng
kadami.
school pero walang water
Pero
supply.
alam mo yung especially when there's water, no? When there's water underground, we're talking about accessing water underground. No? Karamihan naman dyan, may access sila. Pero hindi naman ganun kamahal mag-put up ng ng bomba.
5,000 pesos.
Bakit hindi natin mag-put up yung mga ganon?
Actually, yung club namin, the door, meron
Parañaque
kaming wash
Metro.
metro. We have a wash program. I think we spent 40,000, but we were able to give them yung soap, yung hugasan ng kamay, may takip. We educated the children and the parents, and we gave them kits for them to take home. Paano mag-toothbrush, paano mag-wash ng hands, ganyan. It's not much, for 200 students. Mag-spend ka ng 40,000. And galing lang sa buso namin.
Mga mababait kasi ang mga Rotarian
Pero ang balita, ito babasahin ko sa inyo. 2001-2012, naging 1:29, 28 na ang national batting average natin.
Wow.
Toilet is to 28. So malapit na tayo sa 1:20.
Pwede na yun.
But problema pa rin doon sa mga rural areas, Mindanao, na marami pa rin open defecation. So pag may open defecation kasi, nasisira yung, hindi lang yun. Nagsisip in lahat yung bacteria doon sa ilalim. And nagko-contaminate yung water.
Yung water table sa ilalim can be contaminated, and that means you might be spreading diseases.
Ito pa yung isang figure. Kung 7,000 schools ang walang access to water supply, clean water, potable, 90,000 school toilets naman need to be constructed all over
Anong
the
year yan?
Philippines.
Kasi,
This is 2010.
ito kasi, 2012,
mas malaki na.
473,643 toilets.
Ang kailangan?
No. Ang na-construct.
Alright.
So yan, medyo bumaba na yan. Kasi, andito na yung galing sa study. Yung country study na galing doon sa UN.
Buti naman, there's a constant
So,
effort to addressing this problem. Kasi if I have to go back to my elementary, and this is already the central school of my town. Can you imagine in Ilocos? It's a central school of my town already. And we didn't have access to clean water, and at the same time, our toilets really, we don't want to go inside.
Yes.
It's hardly usable.
Kahit ako, I also came from a public school. Ganon din yung dati. Pero kaya nga ang Kaya dapat ngayon talaga ay mas mabigyan na ng ng chance. And I think yung maraming toilets na naitayo, they might be concentrated in very urban areas, Metro Manila, Cebu City.
Well, alam mo, walang problema masyado sa Metro Manila.
Meron akong data dyan,
Yes.
mamaya tignan ninyo. But,
I think wala masyadong
we were
problema
able-
dito sa Metro Manila.
Oo, kasi maraming NGOs dito.
Exactly.
Marami siyang
Tsaka may pera yung mga eskwelahan.
tumutulong niya.
Oo.
Tsaka mahal ang mga tuition dito.
Although, hindi naman siya absolutely na problem-free. Kasi, in fact, in our community, in Parañaque, where our club serves, yung school doon, although modern ang itsura niya, walang masyadong supply ng clean water. That's why
Ito,
we're
Attorney
going to
Ador,
have project there.
as of 2012, yung inventory ng supply, may 33% pipe, 25% na deep well. Tapos meron silang rainwater collection, which I advocate. And then yung natural water and combination, 9%.
Right.
So, parang ibig sabihin may education na
I see.
ng mga estudyante. So, tinuturuan na sila yung mga, lalo na sa mga kinder like us, mga Rotarians, pupunta kami doon, tinuturuan namin yung teachers, yung parents, at saka yung mga pupils to really wash their hands and tell them about the good news of washing hands.
Yeah. And the good thing there is that I think there may sabon pa nga na
We also
kasama
provide
dito.
soap, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, at this point, I'd like to introduce our other guest and pa-set up lang natin yung kanyang microphone so that we can properly hear him. And, we actually came fresh from another Rotary event, and that is the raffle draw, grand raffle draw of our fundraising in the Rotary Homes Foundation.
Wow.
Namigay lang naman kami ng dalawang kotse, aside from so many other minor prizes ranging from several flat TVs, ref,
Sarap naman nun.
laptops,
Pwede bang
iPhones.
member ako ng Rotary every time there is a raffle?
Pwede. Juice.
Mag-member ka lang.
Basta may raffle, sabihin mo
Yes,
agad
so
sa
I'd
akin.
like to
I will be
congratulate, of
interested.
course, the Rotary Homes Foundation and the city government of Parañaque for this successful joint raffle activity. It's called Handog Pabahay because Rotary Homes is actually the prime mover of building several low-cost housing projects, and this I think is one way of contributing to the problem on water, kasi we have to keep our waterways clear of pollutants. So the beneficiaries of the housing projects that the Rotary Homes Foundation is building are coming actually from those who are living along the river banks of Parañaque River. We have to remove them from the river bank so that they won't contribute anymore to polluting the water, and give them new community to build their their hopes on, provide them livelihood sources, train them, etc. So, and the amounts that we raised for this fundraising is net of 5 million. 5 million, net of 5 million that will be able to build at least 44 housing units.
Wow.
So 44 families ang makikinabang doon.
But how many families do you intend to move ba? Ay, teka nga.
Well, at this point, of course, dalawang role na dito. He is my governor during my term as president of the Rotary Club of Parañaque Southwest. He's former district governor of District 3830. Okay. He is also the chairman of our Rotary International Presidential Conference on Water Concerns, emphasis on sanitation and hygiene, or yung WASH na tinatawag namin. And He's the president of Trinity Insurance. I'd like to introduce past district governor, Sid Garcia. Good afternoon, Gov.
Good afternoon. Kamusta kayo?
Good afternoon po, I'm June.
This is Attorney June, Gov, and of course Helen is here. Pinarkidahan na tayo.
My able vice chairman for the conference.
So anyway, Gov Sid, can you please shed more light on this RI Presidential Conference on Water Concerns, and why is it important for the Philippines to have this kind of conference at this point in time?
Well, as you know, the World Economic Forum in 2015 declared water as the #1 global risk. And as we are discussing today, they're again meeting in Davos, and they have again put water as the top 10 global concerns. So this is really something that has to be addressed globally, and they look at it as a 10-year concern, how we will address water. Now, as you know, Ador, Rotary International has 6 areas of focus.
That's right.
And water, adequate and clean water is a major issue. And this is the reason why we're having this conference. Normally, the Rotary International President sets his agenda every Rotary year. And the agenda of our President now, President Ravi, is to focus on the 6 areas of focus. And he has decided in Asia to give it to the Philippines.
Yeah.
And because he feels that water is really a major resource that has to be managed well. And we're of course very honored. I don't know if you recall, it's been 12 years since we were able to host a presidential conference.
So this would be the second time that the Philippines is
The third
hosting. The third time.
one. So our focus in 2004 was on poverty alleviation.
I see.
So this one, it will be on water
Water.
resources.
All right. What are we expecting to address specific issues here of that will be shed light on? Especially, I see in the brochure that we have several international speakers who will be coming over to share their expertise and knowledge on all the issues concerning water.
Well, what we want to do in this conference is to gather international resource speakers and as well as renowned local experts to make us understand NGOs, businesses, professionals, how we should address this finite resource, water. And what we want to do is to enlighten them on the situation by bringing to the table what Helen has been discussing with you, the adequacy and sustainability of water, how to manage our water resources, and then how to educate the children, the teachers, the parents, so that sanitation will be addressed, and at the same time we will have a productive people. As you know, we are really relying on our youth to be the future of our fatherland. But how can they be productive? They're always sick, and we have a lot of children dying. So we would like to harness our resources, businesses, NGOs, and professionals to make this, as we call it, a CSR.
Corporate social responsibility.
Yes.
I remember on water, last year when I was in the US, my grandchild, who was a 6-year-old kinder student, came home one day and told me, "Oh, Grandma, it's drought. The school doesn't want us to spend a lot of water." I said, "Why?" "Why? Oh, we need to, conserve water." And she was the one educating me. From the school,
Yes.
they tell children the importance of water. Well, this is in the United States, and I hope this can be replicated here in the Philippines. That kinder ka pa lang, you already know the importance of water and what drought is all about.
Yes.
That's really important, but it's also cultural. Kasi ang karanasan ko dito sa Pilipinas naman, ayaw makinig na matatanda sa mga bata. No? Bihira yung mga matatanda. Even in my youth, children, we were always told by our teachers, you know, the old school type where the teachers educate the children, hoping that the knowledge or the advocacy would be brought home. Many of my classmates would always tell me that their parents would laugh at them and you know, just belittling it's really cultural, and but I think that is important because some people do listen. Some people do listen. And teachers should be going around the community. I think when teachers talk to parents, that's more effective.
In Singapore, small children have field trips in the Water Singapore Board.
Yes.
And at the end of the trip, there is a presentation on climate change. And they are telling the children, this is what is going to happen if you don't do this.
Well, especially for those things.
So the parents and the children are together educated in these
Great.
types of
I how I wish we could have more activities of that sort in the Philippines, no? When parents and children interact together with advocates like you.
Well, I think on that issue, we have precisely invited Louise Small. She's the Asia Pacific director
UNICEF
for sanitation. No?
Yes,
And as you know, that is their focus, no?
Yes.
Educating the children and engaging the teachers and the parents
Yes.
to do proper sanitation. Not only washing of hands after they clean up, how do they clean up properly, and so that they can really ensure that the children continue to remain clean. So Louise Small will explain that. No?
Yes.
The success stories of UNICEF and how organizations like us can adapt that the so-called best practices.
That would be one of the, as per program, that would be one of the breakout sessions on advocacy and education on WASH project.
But she will also give a plenary presentation. Her topic will be on water, sanitation, hygiene, education for children and communities in Asia.
How long is this going to be?
It's a 2 days.
2-day event.
Two very, very, very important days.
Yes,
very
March
crucial days.
March 18 and 19.
For Rotarians, no? Where is it going to be?
The Marriott Grand Ballroom. The newest and the biggest ballroom in the Philippines.
Right.
That can fit in about 2,000 people.
Yeah. And when you do all these conferences, how many Rotarians all over the world do you expect?
This is an international conference. So primarily, we invite Rotarians from the Philippines. We're about 25,000 Rotarians.
Wow.
But we are part of a greater area in Asia.
Yes.
So we have delegates from Taiwan, from Singapore, from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from Pakistan, from Hong Kong, from Thailand, and even Australia.
Yes.
So we have a sprinkling of foreigners coming in. At the same time, we have open list.
That affects us all.
Well, actually, I received a call from the Secretary General of the Red Cross, and they want to participate. In fact, they're sending 20 people, and they want to share their experience on WASH, because Red Cross is doing WASH. I was not aware of that. So they want to participate, and they also want to share and learn from the conference. And I've also talked to the regional director of the Department of Education.
What about DOH?
We are also inviting them.
Yes, I believe they should send some representatives too.
And we have also asked some of our friends to invite students. We will give special discounts for them to
So
participate.
this is going to be on 18 to 19
Yes.
March.
Yeah,
18 to 19.
That's a Friday and a Saturday.
Yes. Okay, may time. There is time. And if you pay before January you have to register before by January 28.
28. There's what we call early bird rate of 5,500.
I see. Yes.
Beyond that,
yes.
it's going to be
More expensive.
6,500.
That's actually not expensive for a conference of this
Exactly.
importance.
It's about $120 lang.
That's
And we have lunch and
not only that.
we have snacks.
Not
and
only
lunch.
that, you have very good. You have great speakers in this. I mean, you would pay a fortune really listening to to people
Especially if you go abroad and listen to them.
Yes. Yeah, Obebet Goson is here, Secretary Goson.
We have Miss Ami Liu, the Deputy Director General of ADB.
Yeah.
I also want to bring to you two interesting speakers. This fellow by the name of Ronald Denham, he actually founded the water
and sanitation.
action group of Rotary.
WashRag.
He is the honorary chairman now because this organization has really gone global. And when I had a chat with him, he said that it's really sad. We have a lot of water projects. Would you believe 50% of the water projects are just structures? And a lot of them are not anymore functional.
Yes.
So you need to have a sustainable. That's what he wants to teach us. How to have sustainable water projects, not only in communities, but all through the schools.
Yes.
So he wants to develop a community-based link to the schools
Yes.
on water projects. So that's very interesting.
That's wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, you see Mr. Toilet, Jack
Yes.
Sim also.
Jack Sim.
Well,
Yeah.
he's a very interesting person, and you know, I'm
World Toilet Organization.
Yes,
Is he
so,
Singaporean or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a Singaporean.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very interesting.
These are
and-
great people, and
Yeah.
you know, worth emulating. I think people should listen to them. Yeah.
And there's also a young lady who will share with us. She's
Amanda
Oddman. She's a peace scholar
Uh-huh.
of Rotary.
Yeah.
And well, as you know, there was a big earthquake in Haiti.
Haiti.
Yes.
And she was there.
Right, and she did a lot of water projects, and she will share her success stories on doing that, and how she was able to mobilize a lot of organizations to help in these projects in the country.
You know, water is. You know, we're talking about water, but this is a justice program, and what we should, I think, emphasize, Ador, is that water is a matter of justice.
Of course.
Access to clean,
Yes.
safe
We
water.
have, we have the right to have
Yes.
open, easy access to clean
That
water.
is actually a human right.
It is basic right.
Yes.
Right to
There's
life.
one story I want to share with you.
Sure.
In some countries, the children who start puberty and are starting their periods are treated like, you know, like sick people. And this is one of the problems in schools on hygiene practices. We have to educate the world that when a girl starts having periods, they're not unclean. And we should support them so that they will not stay at home
Every time.
and not to continue their studies because they're ostracized by society. Because they're bleeding. You know, it's one big problem in a lot of countries.
Yes.
And one thing more, you know, 70% of the world water carriers, you know, those who fetch water from far places are children and women.
Yeah, true.
They work as high as 24 hours a day.
Just to
Go,
bring,
just
to fetch
just
clean
to fetch
water.
clean water.
Yes. And yes, in fact, thank you for pointing that out because it has water has very grave implications on the reproductive rights of women.
Yes.
The reproductive role and rights of women. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
And there is even one place near Nepal. One family, one husband has to have 3 wives just for them to fetch water
Oh my God.
to maintain the household.
Yeah, the household.
So where's justice? Well, I want to, you know,
Only the
write
husband
humor
has
out of it.
only the husband has justice.
Where's justice? Where's equal
yes, yes.
justice? Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
look, I think in the Philippines, and this one I think I can speak from experience. In the towns, only the population area are given a piped water supply.
Yes.
Because in the far-flung barangays, there's no water system. So people just rely on deep wells. Kanya-kanya na yun. It's not, you know, it's not even shared with everybody. Kanya-kanya yung bahay na may deep well. Kung maubusan ka, sorry, bumili ka na. Buti ngayon may nabibili ka na ngayon ng mga bottled water. But when I was growing up in the province, there's no bottled water. So pag naubusan kami ng syempre makisuyo ka na sa kapitbahay mo na hindi na uubusan ng water source, because not all houses in the province would be lucky enough to have that how do you call it? Deposit. Aquifers.
Aquifers.
Yes,
Oh, the aquifers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So not all places naman have that, di ba?
Pag malapit ka sa river, usually the river as the
Supplies
basis
it,
of,
yes.
water supply, malapit. Hindi siya
Swerte,
malalim.
swerte yun. Pero
Like,
paano yung mga nasa medyo
Medyo,
malayo?
yeah.
Kaya
Yun
nga
ang
dapat,
problema.
kaya nga dapat, kasi I think that's our responsibility also. Alagaan din natin yung rivers natin.
Ayun.
Yeah.
Wala.
Sabi ko nga,
Nandito.
konsensya.
So it has to be yung issue na ito, and I appreciate yung wash, no? The importance of wash. But wash is already at the end user's portion of kumbaga of the value chain, no? Ang simula niyan din, alagaan mo yung gubat mo so that you have something to catch water with. And then where yung aquifers mo, yung mga rivers mo, alagaan mo sila. Linisin mo sila so that the end users will have something to use.
Huwag gawing basurahan.
Yes. Huwag gawing basurahan.
Kasi,
It's a very large thing that you cannot just parang you cannot think of this in silos. No, you have to look at the big picture, and that's it. And now we know that we're getting a lot of water because of which is one of the, oh my God, I have to say this, the good effects of climate change.
actually,
We're actually
magkapatid yan.
getting more water now. Therefore, we have to manage that.
Kasi nagme-melt na yung mga icebergs.
Yes.
Yeah.
But remember that this is also
And the glaciers, di ba?
But remember that this is also El Nino, huh? And this is going to be a very low El Nino. So
That's the irony of it.
we have to be able to manage our water resources. No, whether konti, whether marami, it's actually a matter of management.
Right.
Most of the time, especially because we are lucky in the Philippines because we have so much supply of water.
Yeah.
We have a lot of runoffs.
Yes.
Right.
And, from the runoffs lang, sa ulan pa
Yeah.
lang,
Oh.
higit pa sa
Yes.
million cubic meters
Yes.
every
But
year.
that's
That's
looking- we have to be
but
able
that's
to
looking
absorb
at it at
that.
a larger
Yes.
scale. Ang nangyayari kasi, if you go into the specific places, like especially mga congested areas,
Yes.
that's where we spot all the problems.
Because it's a question of rationing eh. Parang may ration ka yan.
At the same time, yung lack of discipline of people to really exercise
My
their
God.
basic duty and role and responsibility to
And hindi lang. Thanks ko
to
naman.
protect water sources.
Siguro dahil wala silang education tungkol
Yes.
sa water, or
Yeah.
naniniwala lang sila na, marami naman yung water, so walang problema. But there is a big
Yes.
problem.
Kasi I think it's really having a sense of community about water. Bakit in other countries, they are also in urban areas, but the rivers are clean?
Yes.
Bakit
Yes,
dito?
Well,
Bakit
Singapore
dito?
na lang, di ba?
Oh.
Singapore was, yung river doon sa Singapore was as dark and black as Pasig River at the time. But,
Yeah, ayos nila.
because of political will, the government was able to turn it around and now it's clean.
Blue Danube was one of the worst polluted
Yes.
rivers in Europe.
Mhm.
And it took them personal
Yes.
Resolve
determination to really clean up.
Yes, we really
and
have
make
to
it
have that.
nice again.
We really have to have that in our hearts, di ba? And
I'm pretty sure that during those breakout sessions and even in the plenary during the RI presidential WASH conference, we will learn a lot. And June, you're not a Rotarian, but you can.
I can join your
register, You
raffles.
can join.
you can join your
You can join.
raffles.
We're
Because
inviting
we have
you to
raffles.
come.
Because you yourself, you have an NGO mind. You being the project manager of this small package grant from UNDP, right?
Yeah.
He's environmental lawyer.
Maybe we can invite the lawyers to join.
Yes,
Yes,
why
yes,
not?
of course.
Yeah.
They are listening right now. So
How much is this?
January 28th is only 5.5, and it covers all your meals.
Kala ko libre.
We can do online registration.
No.
Yes.
For gatherings of this importance, and if only for your lineup of speakers, people should be willing to pay.
Yes.
Yeah, and
So- Yung mga ano namin, we also have our past RI president, Ray Klingin Smith. He was the president of Rotary International in year 2010, 2011.
Yes.
After Governor Sid became governor and after I became president of my club. So siya yung RI president. So it's one of the speakers.
But actually, Ador, and we requested each district to choose at the most 3 outstanding projects. And so we have so many districts who will submit, hopefully they will submit all their projects. And then we have a board of judges who are not Rotarians.
Yes, dapat yan para walang favoritism.
Who are expert. For instance, we have the ambassador of Netherlands. We have a lot of water concerns there, right?
Yes.
And then we have UNICEF also, who will be a member of the board. No?
Yeah.
So it's really going to be a challenge, and if you win at only $1,000, we can learn from that project.
Of course,
So
of
that's the
course.
idea. That's why we even have a project fair.
It can be showcased also in the website of the Rotary.org, where everybody in the whole world will be able to see, what kind of good projects we have in the Philippines that addresses water
In
concern.
fact, maybe Helen can discuss the project fair because that's being handled by her club.
Yeah, quickly before we invite everyone to.
Okay,
for the
so
last
babasahin ko na lang dito. Rotary clubs are invited to submit their water sanitation or hygiene projects implemented from Rotary year 2012 to 2013 or 2015 to 2016. You will get a chance to win $1,000. So, to be able to do this, please contact your district governor on WASH conference or promotion coordinator or past president Chacha Camacho.
So that $1,000 that they will win will
We'll go to the club.
will go back to
We'll
the
go back to the club,
okay.
to the
Not the
village.
project necessarily. Not necessarily. to
Not the project because the projects are done. So
These are done
I
projects.
they're
see.
given prizes
Ah.
to start
Yeah.
another WASH project.
And for those who want to join, it would be good also to check out the project fair exhibit. Okay, there will be exhibit and there will be lots of booths there for Rotary clubs, NGOs, and other organizations that are participating, and where they showcase projects, programs, and activities that addresses concerns and issues on water. Of course, may mga commercial booths din doon na para doon sa mga need ng mga souvenir seeker participants.
Actually, we only have 60 booths. But,
60?
60 booths, but we only have 10 left.
Oh, okay.
A
Sampu
lot
na
of
lang.
people they want to showcase their projects.
Right.
So we're encouraging those who have not joined the challenge yet to please contact our WASH Challenge Chair, PP Chacha
Chacha
Camacho.
Camacho.
And if you're interested, please log on at http://2016 Rotary Presidential Conference Manila.org, or you just type WASH Conference 2016 and you will see the website.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Gov Sid, can you please give your parting words for this WASH conference before we close the show?
Thank you, Ador. Thank you for giving us this opportunity in your show to explain to you the objectives of this presidential conference. I'd just like to call on Rotarians, wherever you are in the Philippines. It's not too late yet. This is an honor and a privilege. It doesn't happen every year.
Yes.
It was done 12 years ago, so we really have to take on this responsibility of showcasing what Rotarians do, and together what other organizations, business groups can do together to solve the water crisis. We can do it if we just really put our hearts and minds to it. Thank you, Ador. Thank you.
Fully agree with that, Gov Sid. And
Helen.
Yes, thank you for being here, for inviting me. Ang dami pang pwedeng pag-usapan. Yung
That's
water footprint, napaka-importante. But we can choose to use more or less of water, and we can choose better if you know what factors influence our choices. And I'm advocating education talaga. Water is life, and so we should take care of it. We are the ones I mean, maybe somebody entrusted water to us, and we should
Yeah.
be
We're
the one
stewards.
taking.
Yes.
We should be the one taking care of it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pipi
See,
Helen. And
yes,
sana
see,
mas marami pang ang mga advocates tungkol sa tubig like you.
We can have another.
Yes.
Time next time.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, June,
Yeah.
it's already 3 o'clock.
Yes, okay, of course.
We'd like to thank again our guest, Governor, Pasig State Governor Sid Garcia, the chair of the organizing committee of RI Presidential Conference on WASH, to be held here in the Philippines on March 18, 19, 2016 at the Grand Ballroom of Marriott. Okay, the biggest ballroom in the Philippines right now. And Vice President Helen Mogan of the Rotary Club of Parañaque Metro. Thank you for coming over.
Yeah.
All right, so
don't forget to follow the very interesting saga of the Graceful.
yes, we will continue with that next Saturday.
Yeah.
Graceful saga. Okay.
Yes.
And with that, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in. This has been Attorney Ador Tolentino,
And Attorney June Kicho.
and this is Equal Justice.